Okay.
Because we got this Craig Gass story, but then it's like a 9-minute story that we got to play for the people so everyone's on the same page.
All right.
I'll clean it up as he tells it. I know the story is going to be a mess.
I know.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Would you rather?
I can't
wait. Tell it.
I'm just going to sit here and listen.
It's going to be full of impersonations for no reason. Then Sherman Hensley came in. Shut up. Just tell the story, Craig.
And he desperately wants to be on the show. He wants to call in. I'm like, let's let Big J talk. Would you rather us play the story and stop it, or play the whole thing and then you comment after?
I think during.
Be able to stop as you go along and let him color commentate.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, maybe we'll stop. Now, I want to preface all this by saying Craig Gass, I love, and also at the time of the story, Craig Gass had a wicked drug and alcohol problem that he has since beat. Craig's been sober for some time now.
Yeah, he kind of left that part of the story out, I think.
Okay.
And he was I'd say almost arguably a different person. I think he
Really?
always never had bad intent, but he was just like, I don't know if you guys knew Craig at the time, where he was like, he didn't even have a place to live. He would just like, he'd go to L.A. and couch surf. And
Right.
I don't think he has a place to live.
Very possibly true. Still, he may still live that way. Maybe.
I don't know where he lives.
I don't know either.
What do you mean, like what state?
I honestly, I think he just hangs out on the road. I got to ask
Sort
him.
of.
He's been hanging with us a lot, but I don't know. All of a sudden he's in town, and it's kind of weird.
So you know,
shady that he's in town, and
at one point,
I don't understand. I don't understand why it's shady.
At one point,
not
he stored.
shady, but
At one point, he stored all of his belongings in my apartment
Oh.
Here?
for like a year.
Here in town.
a year.
in Queens, right? In Queens,
Right.
yeah. So because he was just kind of going on the road and kind of figuring it out as it went.
Okay.
I've done that before.
I know he's had a girlfriend for a long time. So again, I don't know if he lives with her or what, but whatever it is, this story, there's no chance he told this story with anything realistically that happened.
It was in Camden, New Jersey. I have a lot of friends in the music industry. When I was living in New York, and friends of mine would have a day off, I would always invite them out to a comedy club. And the band Korn was in town. Well, they had a day off. A couple guys in Korn have always been really supportive, and they had a day off in New York. And I said,
wow, already? I was supposed to say it's always the funniest thing. And I think since Craig does know a bunch of the actual musicians, but what was funny was he'd always get us, and he did, by the way, brought me to a bunch of concerts, and we'd go backstage and stuff. But it was never like, he was like, are we going to go meet Rob Zombie? He's like, I don't know Rob Zombie, but this guy is the light rig dude, and he worked for Foghat. He's got great stories.
It's going to be one of these stories. It's going to be a bloodbath.
Guys in Korn have always been really supportive, and they had a day off in New York, and I said, I invited them out to a comedy club. They came to the show, and afterwards I said, hey, tell all the comedians, if they want to come to a show, we're doing a gig in Camden, New Jersey tomorrow night. We'll get everybody in for free, which was really cool. All the comedians were fired up. And a bunch of us went down to Camden. I rolled with Big J Oakerson, and we went in this big blazer that he had just bought.
Wait,
Stop the tape?
Stop it. Pause.
he's shaking
What's
his
going
head.
on? All right.
It's ridiculous. I don't.
I'm sorry. This is incredible.
I don't know. I don't know if he saw Korn on their day off and they came to a show. Maybe. Here's what happened. Korn never said, bring all the comedians, and a bunch of us went down. My ex-wife graduated law school, and Craig was crashing at my place.
Okay.
He goes, hey, I can get us in the Project Revolution, which was Korn, Lincoln Park, this whole thing down in Camden, New Jersey.
Yeah.
He goes, I'll take you guys if you guys want to drive down. It's in Camden, New Jersey, though.
Right.
There was no other comics there. It was me,
Carla,
my ex-wife, my daughter, who I'm dropping off at my mom's, who
Our
lives right outside
daughter.
of Philadelphia. Our daughter. We're dropping her off. She's a baby, and we're driving down in my first ever brand new car I bought, which was a Hyundai Santa Fe.
All right.
Fancy.
Nice.
Living, huh, nigga?
All-wheel
Blazer.
drive.
There's no other comics. Korn's not high-fiving anyone.
Roll the tape.
Blazer that he had just bought. He just bought a brand new blazer.
Hyundai.
Like, hey, right, nice,
Why would that
Jay.
be an added?
He upgraded you.
That's good. That's a
It
good
was an
upgrade.
upgrade. A blazer would have been an upgrade.
He says all that. He had a nice blazer.
Maybe he don't know cars.
I'll give
to
him that.
I'll give him. He doesn't know cars. That's
All
fine.
right.
Blazer that he just bought. He just bought a brand new Blazer. And when we get down there, the band arranges for us to park behind the stage in the loading dock.
Right.
And so we pull
Pause
up.
it.
Oh man!
It's like the Super Bowl.
There's no band arrangement. You go to the guys, the parking thing, and you keep telling them you're with so and so and blah blah blah, and you kind of get back.
You try to talk your way in.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
We parked over by the buses for sure.
Not in the loading dock.
Not in the loading dock. Actually, Camden has the loading dock backstage area.
Yeah.
But we parked. The buses on this time were across that little
Right.
kind
That's
of
like
that
the tour
railway.
buses.
Right.
Yeah.
The tour buses.
Okay.
But usually the tour buses now are behind in the loading dock.
Right.
But this time they were, like a lot of them were kind of out in the actual
Adjacent.
a little bit of a secluded area.
Maybe to make room to get
All right,
the
okay.
equipment.
So you pull over there near them.
Yes.
Okay.
How much of the story have we done so far, E-Rock?
8 seconds.
Oh my God.
Close.
I'll finish this. I
We've
promise.
done about 38 seconds.
We got where all the buses are at, and they give us passes, and we go up, and Korn starts. They put us on stage to watch the show. I have really bad ADD, so I start a few songs in. I go, hey, I'm going to go take a walk. I'll be right back. And as I leave the backstage area, there's an exit where I see these two girls outside the exit, inside the facility entrance. And they stop me when I walk out, and they go, hey, can you bring us back there? We're trying to find our girlfriend, and we want to get backstage. She's like a friend of ours. She's friends with Dave from Korn. He works for Korn. I go, I don't know who Dave. But what you girls are hot. And what is the problem? And that's what hot girls do. Is you always end up backstage. And they said, well, you're pretty hot yourself. And thinking they were joking, I said, well, then we should be making out right now, shouldn't we? And they said, let's go.
Can I stop the tape?
Sure.
I'm not. I wasn't there, but I would like to just citizen arrest. Stop the tape.
What seems to be the problem there, Carl?
Let me tell you something. I'm like Home Depot. I'm a volume guy. I've hooked up with a lot of girls. Some asleep, some awake. No matter. It doesn't matter. That didn't happen. I strike that from the record. That part of the story didn't happen.
What part?
This part
That whole hey, you want to make out? That never happens unless it's a dude with a wig on.
What?
I think we should let the story roll a bit.
Yeah,
There's already a bunch of flubs here. but I'm going to let it roll a little bit to get ahead of itself.
Let's let it roll.
Are you serious? Do you guys want to make out right now? And I said, just hold on. I'll be right back. And I went in the backstage area in the production office, and I ran in and said, I need to get a couple passes for these girls. Is it okay if I get a couple passes just to bring some girls back? They give me the passes. I come back out, and I go, hey, here you go. And there's a third girl with them. I go, who are you? And they go, oh, that's our friend. Do you have a pass for her, too? And I go, weren't you just backstage? She goes, well, I was, but do you know Dave from Korn? He works for Korn. I go, I don't know who Dave is. Just here, follow me. I have an extra pass in the car. So I walk them back into the loading dock, and I make them wait by the Blazer. I go up on stage, and I go, Jay, can I get your keys for a second? He said, for what? I go, I'll tell you, just give me the keys. I go out to the loading dock. I open up the glove box, and I hand this girl a working pass that I had in the glove box. And she says, thank you, and leans in to give me a kiss, and we start like kissing, really kind of making out. One of the other girls makes a comment. We start making out. The third girl makes a comment.
I got to stop the tape.
I know I was story.
I'm sorry.
Although
I got to stop the tape. Jay, I love you, but I know that didn't happen.
No, I'll catch you up to this point. 'Cause this isn't even like the big blow up shit. I'll correct all the things. One, we didn't get there and immediately go on stage and watch Korn. We were there all day.
Okay.
He left. He did walk off at points, and like, sure, maybe he met these. Listen, he certainly met 3 girls.
Okay. See?
And this like is like, oh, dude, I'll tell you in a minute. He goes, can I get your keys? I remember this very specifically. I told the story a bunch.
Yeah.
Can I get your keys? I need to go get my battery charger for my cell phone.
Yeah.
Out of your car.
Okay.
I go, okay, fine. I go, here. He goes, yes, can I get my battery charger? I go, you coming right back? He goes, yeah. And then he doesn't come back for the rest of the concert. That's where we're at right there. He didn't get it till he goes, I'll tell you later, man. I'll tell you later.
Right.
That's not what happens. Go ahead, you can keep playing it.
The third girl makes a comment, and we start fooling around.
So you're making out with all 3 girls.
It's never had an experience like this in my life.
Right.
And I go, you know what, everybody, because we're starting to get weird in a really public area. And I said, everybody get in the car. And I unlocked the doors. We all jump in the cars. And I end up with these 3 of these girls. This is what happens for the next hour. I'm sitting in the passenger seat of the car. One girl's in the front with me.
You
the
should
other
almost
2,
fast forward. Who cares?
I
about
do.
this?
I care about this.
Do you?
What
Oh,
yeah,
no,
I'm about to stop the tape.
Okay.
keep it going. Keep that.
with these 3 of these girls. This is what happens for the next hour. I'm sitting in the passenger seat of the car. One girl's in the front with me. The other 2 are coaching. And then they switch. One will jump in the front, the other one will go in the back.
Oh, it's supportive teammates.
Yeah, and it's just a lot of sucking and fucking. And at one point, I see flashes going off on the right side of the car, and I look over, and it's the front cab for the road cruise tour bus for Korn. Korn's already off stage, and it's packed with roadies, the front cab of the bus, and they're all taking pictures and filming and going, yeah! And with one free hand, I go, you know,
Give
whatever,
him a thumbs up, right?
And then
Can you stop?
Thank you.
I got to take this call. Kevin in Houston, go ahead.
Hey, I want to stop the tape if that's
There's a big finish, and
Who'd you save it for?
that's funny you say that. There was one girl that I really liked a lot.
So you decided
one
to
girl
treat
that
her
really
to a
liked
nice
a
little
lot.
Sunday.
That I saved it for, and then
And what voice did he use while you were coming?
and then I hear one of the girls in the back go, "Oh my God, Linkin Park is on stage. We're missing Linkin Park. Can we go watch Linkin Park?" And I was like, "You girls can do whatever the fuck you want.
I don't give a fuck.
That's the coolest thing that's ever happened to me.
Holy shit.
But can you guys come back? We gotta hang out. We just come back later." And we all leave. They have their passes. I take off. Jay Oakerson is livid when I see him. He goes, "Dude, what the fuck took you so long?" And I go, "Jay, you're not gonna believe this. I just fucked 3 girls at the same time in your car." And he goes, "Gas, please tell me you're fucking kidding me right now." And I go,
Yeah, pause
"Why
it. I'm sorry.
I got a baby seat in the back seat.
True story.
There you go. I know the family.
Like baby seat in the back. Makes it
Maybe-
tough to have
maybe-
3
maybe-
girls.
He said he was bringing his daughter who was a baby.
We did. So actually, but I think the baby seat was out, so I gave it to my mom. But,
Okay.
there's stuff around the car.
It's baby stuff.
It's baby stuff for
That's
sure.
right.
And again, my problem is, again, for that guy from Houston calling saying about details, like he doesn't remember, and he remembers them always oddly in his favor. It's bizarre. Like, what happened was he came back. I didn't give a shit that I didn't see him. We were side stage watching Korn and Linkin Park, whatever. We were having a good time. Me and Carla. And when I see him afterwards, I'm like, hey man, where'd you go off to? I didn't give a shit.
Right.
He's like, "Oh, dude, you're not gonna believe it." He goes backstage. He goes, "I just fucked 3 chicks backstage," and I was like, "Wow, dude, fucking awesome."
Right.
And I go, "Wait, where did you fuck them? Did you fuck him in my car, Craig?" And he was like, "Yup." I go, "Dude, what the fuck's wrong?"
Oh, that's when you got
now
looked at.
I'm furious.
Oh,
I go,
yeah.
that car's like a week old, man. Like, you just come on, dude. What the fuck? What's going on? And that's where we're at there.
You got to christen the car though, don't you?
Yeah, but you gotta be
He
involved.
does. It's his car.
E-Rock says no. Kidding me right now? And I go, "Why? What's wrong?" He goes, "That's a brand new car." And I go, "Who gives a fuck about your car? Are you serious?" And he's yelling at me. He's pissed and he's yelling at me. And I really think he's putting on a show for Carla. Because Jay and I talk about sex all the time. And he goes, "We're leaving right now. We're getting the fuck out of here. So we're going in the car and we're going home." And I go, "Okay." And he goes, "Right now." And I go,
Jesus.
"Jay,
That's you, Jay.
let's go." And we go down to the car back in the loading dock. And that is when this story becomes the greatest story
Okay.
of all time.
Okay.
Because we get back out to the Blazer,
Wouldn't that be
and
Jesus?
Carla goes up to the driver's side. She opens the door. She leans in. She starts screaming. Jay comes over to her side of the car and goes, "What's wrong?" And she starts talking to him, and he's looking at me, and he goes, "Good job, Gas. Good job." And I go, "What's wrong?" He goes, "One of your fucking whores stole $400 out of Carla's purse." 2 minutes later, we realize there's jewelry missing from the car.
Oh shit!
Wow.
And then 2 minutes after that,
There's mittens.
we
missing.
start hearing there was a child's toy that was missing that we used.
Oh
But
no!
2 minutes
That's
later,
disrespect.
we hear a cell phone ringing underneath the driver's seat. One of the girls dropped her cell phone and left it in the car.
Amazing.
So Carla picks up the phone and goes, "Hello? Hi. Yeah, do you remember where you were just at with our friend Craig? Remember the car you were just at? Yeah, well, we're all at the car. We're getting ready to leave. So if you want to come back and get your phone.
Pause it, pause. I'll chime in.
Oh, shit. I've never heard none of this story. How long ago was this, by the way?
1 year. Like
15.
Maybe, honestly. No, Isabella's 14, so 13 years ago.
Right.
Okay.
The mistakes here. No one knows there's kids' toys missing from the car at all.
How would you ever know that?
Money, jewelry, definitely missing. We find the phone. I hand it to Craig, and I said to Craig, because I am furious, I go, call. I'm not going to have somebody else get a hold of these girls and tell them they're not going to come back.
Right.
They just rob. I go, Craig, you call them and act like nothing weird is happening, and say you want to hang out with them. Come back. Hey, we have your phone. I have your phone. Like, at least come get your phone. Say goodbye. And I go, and don't fuck this up, dude.
Right.
Like, do not. I need them to come back here right now. And he goes, okay. So he does. He called them and told them to come back.
That's a big difference.
Major
Giant.
difference.
It's another story.
That's good. It's good because it will lend credibility to how much I debunk the rest of this nonsense that's about to happen. Oh, yeah. Hit the tape.
Yeah, well, we're all at the car. We're getting ready to leave. So if you want to come back and get your phone. Yeah, but you have to come right now. Okay, because we're leaving right now. Okay. All right, we'll see you right now. Just come right here. Okay, we'll see you in a minute. She hangs up. She grabs a police officer in the backstage area and says, excuse me, we were just robbed. We had a couple girls that were in our car, and they stole money, and they stole jewelry, and they're
I'm on a
coming
roll, but that didn't happen either. He's so
back because they left their cell phone, and the cop gets on the radio and says, hey, we have a robbery in the backstage area. We're going to need some backup. And the gates open up to the backstage area, and over the course of the next few minutes, 4 cop cars pull in, 2 cops each. They get out, and they form a semicircle around Carla, who's explaining to them how these girls stole shit out of the backstage area.
You can pause it. Because he's leaving out an entire thing. This is, again, vulnerability and storytelling. This is my favorite part of the story, actually, to tell. Because I think it's fun because it's true, and it's vulnerable on my end that I think what makes this funny.
Right.
First of all, we're not back in the loading dock. There's no backstage open. It's just basically in the wide open parking kind of thing. It's just a little section they have the buses in. Right. This little kind of road that goes through. And what happened was we see a minivan start pulling up. And these 3 girls get out. These no cops.
Right.
These 3 girls get out. Now, we may have called the cops at this point, like actually on the phone. Like,
right.
say, like, hey, this
but
is
they didn't
happen.
show up or anything yet.
Actually, we must have called the cops. Actually, that makes sense. So we definitely, like Carl or somebody called the police. But there's no police. And this van pulls up. The 3 girls get out. They start walking over to the car. And they're being sort of weird and shitty. They're being kind of like, just give us our fucking phone. We want to leave. Give us our phone.
Oh, why would they? Yeah, so
yeah,
they
and
know
I'm like,
shit.
no one's giving your phone back. I go, you girls fucking stole money from me. You stole jewelry from us. I go, I want it back, and I want it back. They go, we didn't take anything. Just give us our phone and whatever. And I'm like, come on, we got to go. Like, give us our phone. I'm like, I don't give a shit if you have to go. I'm not. No, we're waiting. The cops are coming and whatever. They go, the cops? What are you talking about? Now the girls keep looking back at that van. Now what pops out of the van is 2 dudes.
Okay.
Husbands of 2 of the girls.
Oh.
They come over to us.
The husbands of 2 of the girls.
He's clearly leaving this all out because he's saying the cops are there already. These guys come over. The husband's about at least my size, one of them.
Okay.
That comes over, and they walk over, and I'm going like, what's going on? Like, get your fucking phone. Let's go. And I'm like, no one's going anywhere. I go, I don't know what, you know about all this? I go, but you're fucking, like, your girlfriend. He's like, my wife. Like, for sure. Your wife and her friends fucked my buddy in my car over here and stole a bunch of shit out of my car. And he's like, and the guy's going, what? I'm like, yeah, your chicks fucked my buddy and in my car, and they robbed a bunch of shit. I want it back right now. And the guy's frazzled. And he's looking at Craig. He goes, is this true? To Craig. He looks at Craig, who's looking down at the ground, terrified, as he should be. I say, that's perfect. I say, Craig, I go, tell him the truth. I go, tell him the truth right now, Craig. I'm serious. I'm being honest. Tell the fucking truth. I go, because this guy's going to go away, but you're going to have to deal with me, dude. And be honest right now. And Craig just kind of like, yeah, I did, I did. And then the guy goes, and he's just getting more and more angry, and he just goes, fuck this shit. He goes, get the phone and let's get the fuck out of here. And my ex-wife, Carla, she goes, I have the phone and no one's going anywhere until we figure this out. And then the guy goes, girls, beat the shit out of her and get the phone back right now. So I grab the phone and I put it in my back pocket and I go, Oh, I have the phone now. So who's going to come fuck me up and take the phone?
Right.
And that dude stepped right up in my face so fast. And all that went through my head was, I'm like, this guy's way angrier than I am. I'm like, I lost money and jewelry. I go, this guy's life just fell apart. And I'm like, I don't want to really be in this fight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's up, dude? I just said what's up until I saw the cops finally show up.
Nice.
And they did show up finally, and then that's where he's at now.
Was it 4 cop cars or with 2 each? Or?
A couple cop cars
Okay,
pulled up.
whatever,
Yeah, a couple
all right,
cop cars did pull up.
I think Craig told some of these details that Jay just, but said that it was Craig.
Okay. Well,
That Craig was saying some of this stuff.
okay.
Let's go back to the
Oh,
tape.
I'm telling you, he was dead
Oh, no.
silent.
Oh, all right.
No, what Jay just explained is actually he merged what Jay said happened before the cops as with the cops.
No, it wasn't. The cops weren't there for that.
Okay.
I wish. I would have been way bolder if the cops were already there.
Carla, who's explaining to them how these girls stole shit out of the backstage area and they're coming back soon. And I'm watching that, and one of the security guys for Korn walks over and goes, dude, what the fuck's going on? I go,
Holy shit.
I go, those girls, apparently they stole, when all that shit was going on, they stole money and they stole jewelry. And he goes, dude, if you need any help, we all witnessed it. He goes, I got the whole thing on film. I filmed the whole thing. And I said, yeah, I want to see that. Yeah, I want to see that. But let's just see how this unfolds.
Yeah.
A van pulls up into the backstage area and 2 of the girls get out of the van. And they start walking towards us. They see all the cops.
This isn't even like video phone times.
Yeah, it's a lot tougher
You know what I
to
mean?
film
It's not like,
anything.
yeah, it's not like
Everybody had a Motorola Razr.
I don't remember anybody saying anything about a film. I know he said that like
He
the
said
guys
cameras maybe though.
Yeah, he said the guys were
cameras.
cheering him on and whatever like that.
taking
but-
pictures.
Sure.
And 2 of the girls get out of the van and they start walking towards us. They see all the cops. They're nervous and they go, hey, can we get our phone back real quick? And Big J, who's still pissed, goes, yeah, real quick. Which one of you fucking whores stole money out of my girlfriend's purse?
That's Jay.
The door opens to the van and a guy jumps out. And the guy goes, you just call her a whore? That's my wife. I'll kick your fucking ass. He goes, that's your wife? Craig, come here.
Van was too far
Craig!
away from to hear anything.
Come here. No, Craig, don't turn around. Come here. Did you not just tell me that these girls, you fucked all 3 of them in my car? Did you not just say that? Another door opens to the van. A second guy jumps out.
Oh, my God.
And the second guy jumps out and says, did you say this guy just fucked all of our wives? And everything's silent.
That guy wasn't scary. The second guy was scary.
A lot of arguing going on at that point between the cops who are trying to get ready to calm down. And Carla is talking to one of the cops who comes over and says, listen, they have money. These girls have money. But as far as your jewelry, the items you're missing, we can't find it. We can't accuse them. We don't know whose money that is. So, but as far as your items that are missing, we can't find them. So we have to let them go. I'm sorry, but we got to let them go. And they go, all right. So they tell everybody to get in the car and get the fuck out of the backstage area. But as the van starts pulling away, all of Carla's shit is underneath the van.
That's
so
kind of
clearly
funny to involve anybody else from like the bands and stuff. Because I met this guy when I worked with Korn, was this like long-haired Asian dude, who was like one of their tour managers. Just goes, is that the jewelry? As they pulled away, the jewelry. Now I don't know what he's about to say right here, but I'll say we see the jewelry on the ground, but Carla didn't even see the jewelry. All she saw for the first time we find out was they took like my daughter's like toys and shit. And that sends her
of course
into a thing. And Carla Terminator 2 runs after this van.
Holy shit.
And jumps on the back bumper and grabs the luggage rack.
Right.
Wow.
As it turned, like she almost, it was death-defying
That's
what
why
she did.
I love her.
And the cops were able to kind of get in front of it and stop the car. It was fucking
That's amazing.
And it was more about the toys than any of the other shit.
Just the fact they did something so violating.
It's a
to her
violator.
dog. And
Yeah,
by the way,
I can see
she's
that.
a brand new mother. It's brand new baby. The baby's like under a year old.
Brand new car.
Brand new car, which has like exactly fucking like girl-sized New Balance sneaker prints all over the fucking whatever these dumpy fucking kids whores had on. And
That's the best thing I ever heard.
there's mud all over the car. It really was. It was awful.
Man, I feel so bad for you.
So
Man.
see where he goes from this.
Well, I got to add that
Wait.
E-Rock just whispered to me, well, there's a big exaggeration coming up.
Craig made it sound like you hit 5 stars in Grand Theft Auto, and all the cops just kind of swarmed in with helicopters and everything coming in all over.
Jesus.
So clearly, one of the girls jumped out, come over and talked to the cops, and threw all the shit underneath the van. And Brian, who's in corn, and then he quit, and then he came back again. Brian is standing right there, and he goes, "Isn't that your stuff right there? Right? Hey, is this your stuff that's missing?" They go, "Stuff that's missing." They go, "That's our stuff." And the cops in the backstage area, they get on the radio, and they go, "We have a blue van just leaving the backstage area, a blue van with New Jersey license plates involved in the robbery." So all the cops on the property of the Tweeter Center in Camden go into effect to try to find the van. The police helicopter for the city of Camden is up above trying to find the van.
Yeah, they have nothing better to do.
The van never got away. The van never got away.
He never spoke about Carla jumping on the van?
That's insane.
How did he move that out?
And the van never got away. Like the van, like it only made to the end of that like little road where all the buses were.
Right.
She didn't jog 3 miles to catch the fucking van.
Right.
And there was no helicopter looking for the van.
No helicopter. What? For a $400 robbery? Probably not.
Hate it. They give the location to the cops on the ground. Cops on the ground box them in, and they pull all the girls out. This is happening in front of the main entrance now for the Tweeter Center. So the girls
Which would make sense. There was an 8 PB on them. He's still saying they didn't leave the property.
Right.
They didn't leave the property.
Right.
So the girls all get pulled out. They're all getting arrested. Lincoln Park is now walking off stage. So 20,000 people are coming out.
Lincoln Park's been done before. I watched all of Lincoln Park. Nothing happened till the concert was way over. The parking lot was already emptying out at this point.
He's describing it like you left after Korn. Did Korn start and then Lincoln Park ended the show?
No, they were the last 2 bands.
Right, so you watched both of those.
We watched Snoop Dogg. We watched The Used. We were there all day.
Maybe he lost too much semen in the car and was hammered. You can't get
He was
Sure,
hammered.
this story's got bigger problems than the fucking band.
All they see is police cars and these girls getting arrested. Nobody knows what's going on except for a few people who are telling everybody, "Dude, you see that guy over there? That guy fucked all 3 of those girls, and they're all going to jail. They're all going to jail." And people are cheering. And it was the greatest.
Not one, nothing. None of that happened.
But people see things differently, Jay.
Sure. I saw it with the eyes of a human being in the living in that moment.
That is a
fucking moment of my life.
story.
So we go.
The rest.
I know I was going to end it.
All right, now he just talks about going to the police department.
But he has this big flourish at the end. I know what he loves to tell at the end.
What?
Yeah.
What happens?
He walks out with Jay and Jay's ex, a police escort to their car, and one of the guys that was there comes up to confront him to ask him if that was all true.
And then thanks him. He says his big flourish is the guy thanks him for fucking his wife.
Yeah. He goes,
what
"Thanks
happened
for letting
was-
me know that she's
She's a whore.
Yeah.
Now the nightmare of this night is coming into play where I got to call my mom.
So the
and be
girls
like-
really get arrested.
Yes, they get arrested.
All
And
3 of the
guys.
girls.
And you guys did have to go to the police station.
And they go, it's going to be a long process. So now they go, so if you want to go press charges, you got to it's going to be a little bit. I go, all right, well, I want to do it. I had to call my mom and be like, hey, you got to keep Isabella for a few more hours. I kind of tell her what happened. She goes, well, that sounds shitty. Yeah, please, go do what you got to do. We'll figure it out. We go to the police station. We're sitting there forever. I'm seeing on a monitor that they have all of them in the same cell together.
Hilarious.
And they're just sitting there talking. And now I'm getting a little concerned because I go, they're saying they didn't take anything. They're saying they didn't take. I go, of course they are, because you got them all together. I go, I watch enough cop shows. Don't you separate them and be like, well, the one person said you took it. The other person, and see them start
Watch the
crumbling.
first 48, you fucking dumb cops.
Yeah, really.
It's Camden.
I'm going.
Camden.
It's stressful. The cops are being sort of shitty to us. They're not being helpful very much at all. They're basically saying they're going to let him go shortly because there's nothing they can do.
Right.
What do you mean there's nothing you can do?
Looking for Craig in this, on my life, I'm like, just at the height of all of our anger, I remember Carla just going, she goes, where the fuck is Craig? Like, where is he even? And then we looked down the hall, and there's 4 cops around him, and he's going, oh! And they're like, ah.
Oh, no. He was doing
Kinnison
He was doing Kinnison at the police.
I love that. That's a comedian for you.
I love Craig.
Making me furious.
He gives 0 fucks. 0 fuck Craig.
Yeah, no shit.